for the White House in 2016. Iran unsanctioned or unchained? That's the question. Former Israeli Ambassador Dan Gillerman telling me just moments ago, very bad news is just around the corner.
They're the world's most evil and vicious terror regime, and they're given a free pass to become nuclear. This is a nightmare, and I hope that the president and the American people will come to their senses and realize what a horrible mistake this is.
Former Defense Deputy's Assistant Secretary Peter Brookes joins me now. A lot of people condemning this, or just listen. I haven't heard too many folks say it was a great deal. Even Hillary Clinton said it was an important step. Not a lot saying it's great. Nevertheless, this is the one that President Obama's drawn up. This is the one he's going to stake his reputation on, and this is the one that he's threatened Congress, saying, "I'm going to push this through no matter what." What's he missing?
Well, he's missing a lot, and I think we're going to hear about that in the next hour at his presser. He's been listening to the criticism the last couple of days since he made that announcement, and he's going to be responding to that. He's also had his troops out there talking to people on the Hill that have concerns. Vice President Joe Biden has been up there, and he's basically going to try to lay out his case for why this is a good deal and not just a deal, and certainly not a bad deal.
You know, Peter, it's interesting. You just mentioned Joe Biden. The idea that they have to sell this as hard as they are to Democrats sort of underscores a couple of problems here. First and foremost, the notion that Iran will get a nuclear weapon, that they could probably cheat on this thing with relative ease with that time construct, which gives them up to 24 days. And ultimately, the bottom line is no one believes that the Iranians will live up to any portions of this deal.
I don't see a lot of good news in this. I mean, there's a high level of distrust between the United States and Iran and its neighbors. Obviously, Iran's neighbors are seriously concerned about this, and including Israel. But yes, this is only a pause, Charles. This does not end the Iranian nuclear program. And when we started down this road, the idea here was we were going to trade sanctions, the lifting of sanctions, economic sanctions, for Iran's nuclear program. We didn't get Iran's nuclear program. All we got was a pause. It's frozen it. And the problem is, and it also has a sunset provision in it, that all of the restrictions on it will be lifted after 10 years. Assuming Iran abides by the deal at all, assuming they're abiding by it,
right,
after 10 years, they will be able to move forward with a nuclear program if they want to. Now, and of course, a lot of us think that they will ultimately cheat along the way, like we saw with North Korea. I worked on the North Korea issue when I was a Republican staffer on the House and the House Representatives during the Clinton administration, and we were very concerned about the North Korean deal, which was celebrated in 1994, and we found out in 2002 that the North Koreans were cheating on it.
Let me jump in real quick, Peter, because the president's conference is going to start. Is there any chance that the Congress will stand up to the president, or that maybe he may have second thoughts in this?
Well, I think the president, when he agreed to this legislation, Charles, giving them 30 to 60 days, they'll have 60 days now. He went around and counted noses and said that he had at least 34 votes in the Senate that he could count on to get this so they could not override his veto. So I think he's still feeling pretty confident. I
tell you what, he is the only one. Stay right there, Peter. The President Obama's news conference is going to be at the top of the hour. We're going to bring it to you live once it begins. Remember, a whole litany of topics. We've got Iran, El Chapo, Trump, anything goes. We hope we hear about it all. We're going to be on top of it.